Hi everyone. I told you I was going to look into some MLMs, and the reason I wanted to was because, unlike most who have followed the Chris Watts case, I do not believe that the mistress played a significant role in the murders. But instead, it is my belief that it was the mountain of debt that was the contributing cause of this horrific murder case. You know, when people find themselves in overwhelming debt and no way out, sometimes they're very desperate. You can't do much without money, and you can't do much without credit. Think back to the Depression or the last economic crash in 2008. People killed themselves and or their families thinking that this was their only solution. So as I went down my list of MLM companies, I have to tell you, they were all very careful, and they get a little apprehensive if you start to ask them too many questions. But they all promise that you will be wealthy beyond your wildest dreams if you sign up with them. They all stay away from the recruiting aspect. And I wonder if it's because they don't know who is on the other end of the phone and don't want to appear to be a pyramid scheme. Instead, they will tell you, and again, I found that all companies that I called tell you that their starter kit is only $100 plus taxes and shipping. They then go on to tell you that because you've signed up, you can purchase these products at wholesale, which is anywhere from 25% off to 50% off, and then sell them at the retail price. And this would be your profit that you earn. Okay, on the surface, that sounds pretty good, doesn't it? I mean, if I'm purchasing a bottle of essential oils for $45 and selling it for $60, I've made a $15 profit, right? And that's only on one bottle of essential oils. Most people buy 2, 5, 10. What they fail to tell you is that while you're trying to sell their products at full retail value, there's a boatload of other promoters that are all set up with their uplines and their downlines selling them at wholesale prices. Who do you think people are going to buy from? I know when I shop, I look for the deals. They also failed to tell you that your customers can then sign up on their website and get wholesale prices. What happens then? You end up with a mountain of debt and boxes of unused and expiring products. And they failed to mention the number of class action lawsuits and SEC filings against their company. The first MLM I called was Mary Kay. And the reason I called them was I remember when I was younger, my mother hosted a Mary Kay cosmetic party. And boy, did we have a hell of a time. Everyone was caking their faces up with all sorts of beauty products, and we believed that these transformed us into beautiful women. After all the fun of trying everything wore off, then came the reality. And if we wanted to look as beautiful as we thought we did that evening, we would have to spend several $100s to achieve that same look. So I called Mary Kay and told them I was interested in becoming a beauty consultant. Let me tell you, these companies make it sound like it's a privilege to work for them. The company told me that I had to be recruited in. When I told them I did not have a recruiter, they said I had to find one for my upline. They then directed me to their site where I had to find my own senior beauty consultant. I found the nearest consultant in my area and proceeded to hit *67 and dialed the number. A woman answered, and I have to say she was a little bit distressed that I was calling from a restricted number My guess is she probably thought I was a debt collector. And once she realized that I was calling because I was interested in joining Mary Kay, she became very perky and asked if I wanted to meet for coffee the following day. I told her that the reason I had blocked my number was because I had just been thinking about it and didn't want her sending me unwanted material. We then went on to discuss the Mary Kay opportunity. She proceeded to tell me that most consultants earn an average of $100 an hour, with the company selling around $5 billion worth of wholesale orders a year. She never did tell me how much the company earned in retail sales per year. I asked her what I needed to get started. She told me that I would have to purchase a starter kit that was about $100 plus taxes and shipping. This kit, she said, was going to be enough for 30 faces. It included some brochures, a few catalogs, and a couple of samples and applicators. But it certainly was not enough to start my business. She said that she realized that most people don't have that kind of money laying around to start their Mary Kay business, and instead encourages her recruits to apply, wait for it, for a Mary Kay Rewards Visa card. She mentioned that, say your husband has a higher credit score than you do, you would want him to apply and just ask for a second card in your name. She also said it was very important to include all sources of income when applying. And of course, she stressed this because the more money you earn, the higher the credit card limit would be, right? She said because there's an instant approval, you can order your products immediately and pay off your credit card with the profits from your sales. Of course, she neglected to tell me that she would benefit from every dollar that I had spent in inventory. We then went on to discuss how I could sell the product, and it was always in person, like at a home party, but never online and never in a brick and mortar location like some Avon reps do. I do believe that they required their consultants to demonstrate in a home at a party because human nature is that you feel obligated to purchase something when you're at your friend's house. You know, everybody's buying something, why not you? So then I asked her if I had to recruit others, and she told me no, that I did not. She told me that I could just purchase the products at wholesale prices, which was a 50% discount, and sell them at retail prices. That would be my profit. I asked her, well, how effective would that be if I was selling at full retail price and someone else was selling at wholesale prices? Wouldn't that discourage people from buying from me? She ignored this question and said that I would have to purchase $225 worth of product every 2 months in order to be considered active and to get the 50% discount. And so I went there. I asked about the pink Cadillac. I guess I took her by surprise to even ask. She went on to tell me that yes, when I became a sales director, I was eligible for the famous or infamous pink Cadillac. I asked her, well, what was required? And she told me that this depended not only on my personal volume sales, but how many women were in my team. I then said, didn't you just tell me I didn't have to recruit anyone? And with that, she hung up on me. So yes, I guess you do have to recruit others to join Mary Kay. And to confirm that you have to recruit others, I had noticed online that an Amy Dunlap, apparently she was a national sales director with Mary Kay, and she was sued by them for alleged violations of her national sales director agreement. In her countersuit, Amy alleges that Mary Kay lies to recruits when telling them that they will own their own business. She says that Mary Kay intentionally, grossly deceived her and others about the existence of a viable retail market. And she says that Mary Kay did not tell her or others that they could not retail more than a small percentage of the goods that she had purchased from Mary Kay at wholesale, and that she was forced to give away most of her products to prospects and ultimately to charitable organizations. And she says because of their deception that she spent over $125,000 to purchase products from Mary Kay. Now, when I talked to this young lady, she told me there was a viable retail market. And this national sales director said, no, there's not. Actually, I believe that there was a class action lawsuit filed against Mary Kay as well. So, I guess this just kind of rolls into the whole opinion of mine, at least, that MLMs are in fact pyramid schemes, but they hide behind the fact that, oh, sure, you can purchase at wholesale and sell it at retail, because if they didn't, then it would just be a blatant pyramid scheme where you would be required to recruit people only to make money. Let me know what you think about Mary Kay in the comments.